Apparently you're in the now on Here to Help You. You have to listen. When things like this happen, what do?
You have to smile, man. You gotta smile.
Have to just like...
It's all
hey,
good,
love
man.
everybody. How
Big
are
up,
you?
Big up.
We are in a lax mode today.
You can call it like our post Bermuda moments.
Post March moments. Like, forget just Bermuda. Like, let's talk about March moments.
Yeah, March in the wild. March was a wild wild month.
Welcome, everybody, to Here to Help You on my TCN TV network. I am here casually alongside the Don, and we're going to talk about why he's the Don this week. The Don, Dave Rankin.
Alongside the Donette, the sun-tanned Donette.
I do have a little bit of a tan
Just a little bit. This is
guys can't see it there.
Simone Jennifer Smith.
Hi, everybody. Hail up on this rainy Tuesday. It's not snowing. Rainy Tuesday in Toronto, Ontario.
Well, you know what they say,
Canada.
right? April showers bring May flowers. So if this is going to be the outcome, the bar means, like rain and give us some more sunshine.
It's true. We're going to get some grass and things are going to start going green soon. Big up to, who did we visit? What countries did we visit last month? Big up to everybody who was with us in Gatwick, London.
Gatwick, London. South London.
And anyone in London, period. Because, besides the snow, you guys all seem like very nice people.
Right? What, they snow probably, maybe once or twice for the whole year, right? And the added day happened to be when we were there as well?
We brought Toronto. Toronto brought snow with us.
No,
so.
they're blaming everything on the Russians.
That's good.
Right? So it's not Canadian.
It's probably the Russians' fault.
Yes, it's all the Russians' fault.
Canada, we never do anything wrong. We're peacekeepers. So it was Gatwick. And then, of course, we just recently returned from another work trip. Mm-hmm. Work and play.
Hamilton, Bermuda.
Where we were brought down by Nocturnal Entertainment, who happened to live, Mike.
Yeah.
Happened to live in Toronto for 10 years. He actually tells us the story about the fact that he feels like he became a man.
In Toronto.
Here in Toronto.
Well, yeah, he said he came up, I guess, his early 20s, and by means, that 10-year stretch, we would have, of course, extended him into his early 30s, right? So, yeah, that's when you really learn a whole lot about yourself.
I always say that about Windsor and Detroit. Don't we talk about that? I feel like I'm from Toronto, but I grew up in Windsor / Detroit.
No, not / they're separate. Windsor and Detroit. Yes? Wouldn't it be like that?
/ Detroit. Anyhow, so down there, I want to take a few minutes because I kind of jumped this on him last minute, but I'm going to actually be interviewing the Don Dave Rankin today. I have to because I don't think you guys understand. I
don't make a very, very good interviewer or how do you want to call it? My answers are going to be all one-worded answers.
So Dave went down there on Vibe 103.5 FM.
No, 0.3. 103.3.
FM.
Shout out to Vibe. Rusty, what up?
Yeah, man. And so if you guys have not seen this video, you can go to Dave Rankin on Facebook, correct? That's where we posted it? Yes.
That's where you posted it? She handled all my
That was
everything.
Me. The beautiful camera work is me.
Yes, every last piece of it.
But the main talent, was right here. I don't think you understand what Toronto, your DJ, the Afro House, innovated, created, stirred by. I know you didn't innovate and create, but I'm going to be extra about it.
Oh, thank you.
And you brought that Afro soul to Toronto, and people don't. No, I'm talking about. Hold on, no.
Okay, sorry.
How you gonna let me interview and you be talking over me, guys?
Sorry, you're right. Let me hold my position.
Thank you. I gotta explain and go into this. So, he brought Afro House into Toronto and then took it from Toronto and brought it to Bermuda. So, first question for those who don't know, because I don't think you guys understand. Trust me, by summertime, you guys are going to be hearing more of this sound, and it's going to move this city. I'm telling you this.
Yes.
Afro House is going to move this city. So the lineup's going to be, you know how the lineup at the club now is R&B to start the night.
Okay.
Then you throw in some hip hop.
Right.
Then the part to start fill up, you fling on some reggae.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course comes the soca and the calypso.
Right.
And then rewind to start at the beginning. There's going to be something added into that mix, and what's going to be added is Afro House. It is so essential. But I want you to tell everybody, what is Afro House? Because today we're talking about creations and creative and inspiration and empowerment, and all of this is going to mix into our actually main topic. We have a guest coming on after this.
Right.
Tell us about Afro House.
Here's how I understand it. Now, as being a subgenre of house, it mixes a few sounds from the continent, the Kuduro from out of Angola, Kwaito from South Africa, right? And that's the sounds you get to hear, like it's sounding more like calypso, the bum 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 bum, right? That's when you hear, right? But now fuse that now with elements of like house music, deep house, tech, right, soulful, right? And you have this like, it's like a gumball of Africanness, if that makes any sense.
You have no idea when you hear this music with a beat, like when you hear that bass. First of all, we all know what we move to.
Right. Drum
we
and bass.
Move to the bass. We
Drum and
move to
bass,
that
yes.
drum. That's our movement. It's in our genetics, guys. You can't even deny it.
Right.
And it's not even just our genetics.
Mm-hmm.
That's worldwide. That sound,
Mm-hmm.
that bass. When you hear it, it's just like, honestly, all parts of your body is moving, and you don't even realize that it's moving.
Right.
You had... So the party was at Pier 6.
Pier 6, yes.
And it was an intimate event. I liked it.
It was.
I
yeah.
liked how it felt.
Right.
But tell us about your experience in Bermuda. Tell people about the fact that we got to hang out with Tricky Marrera, everybody.
You know what? At first, I didn't know what to expect, and you know, like it's funny because we had this conversation with Tricky afterwards, right? I wonder if he's a dick. You know, like I wonder. Is he? You know what I'm saying? Like, we had,
who are you?
Like, really? Yeah. I wonder how cool he
nice.
is. You know, but like the stories that we heard about Tricky going in, you know, big up Lawrence. You know, like Tricky's a cool guy. He's my guy. He's this, so on and so forth, right? And then, you know, just right off the bat, when we met him on the plane, right? And of course, we got the hail up, and afterwards, we had a chance to hang out and speak. Wow.
He's coming on the show.
Yes.
You already told him. Like,
Yes.
Man,
Big up Indian wine.
And big up Indian wine. We have to send this to him. Like, this is a mandatory. This man, I'm going to tell you right now, like, getting to, when you meet certain people, you know you were supposed to meet them. And it was such a great event.
Yeah.
And for you going out there and being able to, because he's a legend.
Tricky's awesome, man. Tricky, a lot of people don't understand. When DJs hear another DJ and give another DJ that type of respect, because of course your ears are trained a little bit differently, right? You can hear the smoothness of the mix or the counts on the beat, you know, and of course how you're playing with the sound effects and so on and so forth. When you drop out the bass, drop it back in, right? But let me tell you something, man. Tricky can mix. You know, for those who've been fronting on Tricky, and I really, Tricky can mix. Right.
He was showing you a couple things, and I saw you just humbly learn too. You're like, yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Run that.
Listen, you know, I'm forever a student.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm only trying to be the best DJ that I can be. Right. And by means, you know what? Somebody who's been around it for a little bit, he can show me a few things, you know, or even she can show me a few things. I'm going to take it and run with it.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Because he was like, and he was so, he's such a humble person.
He is.
I saw him take the time, like even when he was on his mix, he stopped and said, Dave, run that, man. Take this over. Just run with it.
Yeah, you know,
finish off my set.
We really,
you know, like,
we really shared the night, you know, like, and it's, I can't wait to jam out with him once again, you know?
Yeah, so to say on that, because we're going to move into our next segment soon, please announce to Toronto what you're going to be able to bring to them very, very soon. These are in the workings. This is like backstage, just exclusive news about what musically is going to be dropping here in Toronto.
Yeah, we have Afro House Nights coming up real soon. I'm on a bill the 14th of this month with Stephen Aldridge, Sound Exchange. The 27th, I'm with Sarah Jane over at the Art Gallery. Right, that's gonna be big. You know, she does a weekly party, and there's like different Afro House DJs. Shout out to Ubuntu, you know, Jurgen and the rest of the crew over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sarah Jane, what up? You know, I see you doing your thing, girl. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, it's amazing. You know. Also, Julian, big up yourself. Boxing Laugh, how you mean? Soon reach. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, there's wonderful things that's going to happen. You know, and like spring, that's what it does, right? It springs everything into action.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a wonderful feeling. I'm still riding this wave, that's for sure.
So we are now going to be moving into some more creative work. It's a little bit away from what you do, but anything the African, like our scene, our entertainment scene. When I say entertainment, I mean books, I mean movies, I mean, it's so powerful when you take it in. So today we have a guest on, and you'll meet her very soon, who's bringing her creativity. And of course, for us, because we're here to help you, anything that has to do with children's empowerment, child empowerment, empowerment in general throughout growth and development.
Yes.
You guys got to come back to watch this. See everyone soon.
We are doing this event for the community. But what if CEO actually stood for catching every opportunity? This week alone, I've seen 3 businesses that shut their doors in this community.
Investing in yourself, like you have to know what your brand is first. So there's no other way that you're going to build a brand unless you network. You have to eventually get out there.
And it stems down to a lot of times not having the right knowledge, the right know-how.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Adjusting books. I know I'm back. No, I knew I was back. I was just making sure that you know what I was doing here. I'm just here adjusting because I want people to see the color, a lot of the color. So as you guys can see, I have a special guest in today. I almost feel like as she came into the room, like my energy is usually very like, because that's just who I am. But she calmed everything right down. She really did. So I would like for you to, first of all, introduce yourself to my TCN TV network. Who are you, my dear?
Well, my name is Karee Shea Walkerm, and I'm an artist, an author, an illustrator, a mother, and a teacher, and yes, and I do children's books right now. My focus is, and I also have a business called Kareative Interludes, and we focus on inspiring through the arts with literature, visual arts, and fashion.
Okay. Do you notice how calm? Your children must just be so mellow.
Not really.
The opposite. She's like, I've had to stay this way so that I don't strangle them. So let's talk about all these positions. First, a mother, because I'm sure that has to have inspired this, right? So let's talk about how was this birthed? Because this is another birth for you.
Okay, well, writing the Bee Leaf, it started actually with just my husband and I. We like to write, and we used to like to challenge each other to write stories and stuff like that, and poetry. And I wrote this story like within a day or two, and after that, some family members saw it and my husband saw it, and they were like, this should be a book. So, you know, from there it developed into a book, and it took about 7 years to get this to book stage. But yeah, it
7 years.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, because people don't understand. It's not always about that destination. Sometimes it's that journey that has the most.
Yes, definitely.
7 years. What was the evolution in that 7 years for the Bee Leaf?
Well, at first, the words came, and then after that, I was pregnant with my daughter, and then the pictures came to me after that. And then from there, it was just about going through it and fine combing it and getting it edited and getting different criticism, constructive criticism on, if everything flows together. And I was pretty much inspired to write the story through just going through life experiences and meeting others in my life and stuff like that. I felt like it would have been a good story to help people understand how to get through challenges in life and keep on persevering.
Okay. All right. Mr. Rankin, I know you might have a question, because I'll just keep asking questions. This is what I do. I always have tons of them. So
yes, I know you. That's true. How did you come up with the title of the Bee Leaf?
The Bee Leaf. Well, because the story is about perseverance and getting through ups and downs and challenges, and also the story focuses on knowledge of self.
Okay.
So ultimately, she's trying to find belief within herself.
Okay.
So I wanted to play on that.
Oh,
so
yes.
That's what I want people to have, that moment where they're like, I get it, because it's a journey that she goes on and she has to go and find it.
Right.
So that's why I made it like the Bee Leaf. You have to go and find.
That's beautiful.
I think I have a few pictures. I should have put titles so we pull up the right picture. But I'm going to go through some of your artworks. This is your artwork.
Yes.
You're incredible, by the way.
Thank
it's just
you.
Oh, I did. There is part of the title, but yes, I see. So the little girl, that's the main character, I'm guessing. Who is she?
Her name is Marikita, and she lives with her mother, and she and her mother have a good relationship, but the mother is ill, and she's not sure why she's ill. And so they decide to go to a old wise couple that they've known for a long time that lives on a conservation park, and they have lots of wisdom and knowledge, and so they give them a riddle to solve. And when they give the riddle, they tell Marikita that she has to go on this journey to find the Bee Leaf, and then it takes off from there.
The Bee Leaf. I'm using that now. I like it. Do you believe in yourself? I love it. Okay, so can we pull back up the Bee Leaf again, please? Because for me, I understand with art, there's always symbolism. That bee. Talk to me about the bee.
Okay, well, I chose the bee because bees are very organized, and they're very...
There's something behind it.
Yeah, they're very organized, and they always have a structure to how they do things to make sure everything flows properly. And of course, they're very important to nature, they keep everything pollinating again. And yeah, I just saw it as something
they bring forth life, if you think about it.
Life. Yes.
Very. I'm loving it. I'm taking it out. See, this is for me. When I first, so as we were telling you, our month has been off the hook, and it's usually I'm going to be honest, I'm able to do a lot more research on the guests who I have coming in. And this one, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to learn this as I go on with you. So I'm actually glad that I'm going through this, because I'm actually learning a little bit about you, and you have that nurturing quality, and I see that, and it's very much showing in your books. Can we have another picture up? I want to pick another one apart. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about this. What's happening here?
So this is the wise couple when they go to the conservation park where they live, and they're greeting them with a great big hug and smile and saying that she's grown up so much because the last time they saw her she was younger, and yeah, they're just greeting them there on that page.
So you were saying, and again, Dave, please feel free to jump in.
No worries.
I'm learning.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm going through my experience right now with Karee, correct?
Yes.
Okay, make sure Karee. You know, some people get in their feelings. You say their name wrong. So you said that you and your husband used to have writing battles, kind of, right? Like write-offs, would you say?
I would say
like
just
a hip-hop battle?
Not really a battle, but, you know, he's more competitive. I'm not the competitive one. I just like to do what I do, you know.
But I just wanted to say something. I want to say something. You won. Just making us. When you said that to me, I'm like, but she won, though. She has not won, but... 2. So, challenge, first of all. And it's interesting enough, that is your husband back here,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, I'm going to say this because I have to every time. Another Windsor alumni is in the building. Let me tell you about us. And I looked at him and I walked in the room, I'm like, I know you. He's like, yeah, we went to Windsor together. I'm like, naturally. I love how everything seems to come full circle. And the interesting thing I was saying to Dave is his energy is the exact same way it was. It makes sense. Yeah. The way that you are. His energy has not changed. Very you're right, all over the place. It's not used to be just, but I'm glad you won the competition. Women rock. Even though he's from Windsor, it doesn't matter. My sex comes before where I went to school.
Your alma
So
mater.
we're going to talk more about Bee-Leaf when we do come back. But I want you to, you know, because I want to have you do a little bit of a reading from one of the books too in one of our next segments. But what would you say you would tell people about this book and why they need to read The Bee-Leaf?
Well, I would say that it's a good book to read because it has words in there that can help to open up the child's vocabulary as well. And it's very layered. It has a lot of symbolism in it. I have Ndrinka symbols in there, West African symbols about self-knowledge. And it just helps to dig deeper, make you think deeper on life and understand yourself better. So I think it's good for young and old. You know, I've heard grandparents tell me that they love the book as well. They like to read it, and as well as young children like it, and in between. So, you know, it covers a lot of layers.
So when we come back, we're going to have a special reading from The Bee-Leaf. Join us.
No one wants to live outside the box. We play it safe. But if you had told me all those years ago that I'd go on to win Juno Awards and Much Music Awards, I would have laughed. All right, stay with me. Here we go. Hands up! Reach for the sky. Come on! And hold your head up high tonight. And every night, you're what? To be distinct, you must be different. So I'm going to tell you this. Love Inc.'s You're a Superstar went on to explode onto the Canadian dance scene. It not only was a hit in Canada, it was a hit internationally. Top 5 in the UK, across Europe and into Australia. Our music was everywhere. Radio, TV, video, fashion, television. I was on tour across Canada, branching into the US and Europe. Our music was everywhere. Our video was everywhere.
have our author here. She is looking through to find a good section for us to read. So I told her to take her time and not feel rushed because I love to chat. So we'll find something to talk about until she comes back. But actually, going off of our show last week,
Yes.
With culturally sensitive books, Dave, for you, why would something like this be so important? We didn't even have this on our list. Now we have a new book. For a couple new books for the list.
New books, yes. Empowerment. Remember, if you can see yourself in the story, right, you'll gravitate, of course, and it will open the mind or open the spirit to new possible things. That's one probably think that
possible things, eh?
Yes, possible things.
Wonderful English. It looks like you're ready.
Wonderful English, yes.
Okay. Because for us, we work in the community, and
right.
even finding literature sometimes for our students to read is really difficult. And I don't know, you found some stuff.
Yeah, Carter G. Woodson has an African myths and children's folk tales.
That's right.
Yes, so I use that quite often when I'm teaching students, especially now when it comes to like deciphering, going underneath, of course, the actual meaning of the story, right? Working with African proverbs. If the five fingers argue, they cannot pick up the food, right? What does this mean to you, right? So I mean, like, of course, you say culturally sensitive, right? I like to say African centered, by means, but it's still leading to that right place where it's looking within yourself.
Okay, and off of that, we are going to go into our reading, and this is the bee leaf.
Yes. Remember, remember, remember. Mariquita awoke with a gasp. Remember what? She thought to herself. This always happened. She would dream of herself running from a giant bee in the park. Just when it seemed like it was almost about to sting her, she would catch a glimpse of her reflection in a pond. It was intriguing because her reflection was smiling at her. It seemed to be calling her. As she drew closer to her reflection, it would whisper, "Remember." Just as she was going to hear more, she would wake up.
And we have some of this artwork for you guys. We have a lot more.
Should I go on?
Yeah, keep going, please. Keep reading.
Mariquita lived in the city with her mother. She was always there to help her mother out, no matter what was going on in her life. Mariquita would soon be transitioning into a young woman, but her mother refused to see her daughter as no more than her little baby girl.
Ain't that the truth?
Recently, Mariquita's mother had started to feel extremely ill. It was quite puzzling because her mother did not know what was causing her sickness. All she knew was she did not feel well. Mariquita's mother wanted to journey to the wise old couple on the other side of town. They knew how to naturally heal people with mental and physical illnesses. Mariquita had not been to the wise old couple's house in a few years. Her mother used to take her there when she was not feeling well. As they arrived, Mariquita recognized the place, as everything was exactly the same as she remembered. They lived in a medium-sized house which was surrounded by a colorful garden beside a beautiful conservation park. As they approached the front porch, the wise old couple was tending to their garden, pleasantly talking and laughing with each other. They greeted Mariquita and her mother with a smile and a great big hug. "Well, hello there. My, how you've grown," said the old wise woman. "It has been a long time since I have seen the both of you," the wise man added. They welcomed them inside to have a seat. Their home was beautiful, rich with vibrant artwork, books, plants, and the aroma of something tasty baking filled the air. The wise woman brought out of the kitchen some herbal tea and a delicious cocoa fudge brownie cake. She offered them a slice of cake to enjoy. As Mariquita's mother took a sip of tea, the wise old woman said, Mariquita, you really are blossoming into a beautiful young woman. Mariquita's mom almost choked on her tea and let out a big cough. I really don't feel well, exclaimed Mariquita's mother. Mariquita rushed to her mother's side and patted her on the back. The wise man asked Mariquita's mother to describe what she was feeling, but she could not explain. The wise old couple gave each other an intuitive look.
And we're going to stop there because if you want to hear more, you have to get the book. See that? Spoiler. That was absolutely... And we put up some of the pictures that we had from this book, but you know what? Wow, there's so much. Like, it's like, it's exactly how you look, colorful. Everything is color, just big, bold. I can see lots of adjectives, describing words. I can see what you're saying about opening up a child's vocabulary, how that can be done with this book. Like, there's so much that can be done. The symbols in there, and I mean, there's symbols in everything, in the furniture. I noticed that type of detail. That's amazing. That's really, really, really cool.
And, and also in the back, there's a glossary for the symbols. So that they can discuss it and learn about it.
And I'm guessing, of course, your symbols were strategically placed throughout the novel, because that's how
it's beautiful.
Artists are. They throw things in. So the very first one, I saw this on the couch, and that's the symbol. This one here.
Yes.
Can you explain that symbol?
Go ahead. Sorry. I was going to ask you which one of you pointing to.
The very first one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So,
and again, you have to get the book to see what I'm talking about. So I have to speak about it.
So, the fern. The symbol represents endurance and resourcefulness. The fern, as a hardy plant, can grow in difficult places, endure and outlast adversity.
Strength. Them time I'm gonna get. It's a nice tattoo. Yeah. Anyhow, so symbolism. We have another book that we're gonna go into for the last segment, but this book here, I would definitely recommend. I don't want to say too much because I want people to see this for themselves. I really, really do.
I get you. And like when it comes to, of course, the African-centered literature, right? As much as we don't have the vast amount of outlets. The little that we do have, by means, it should go ahead and like spark something within us, right? And with that being said, I enjoyed hearing the book so far, right? And this is something definite that we can go ahead and incorporate with our students.
Thanь you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
Do I get a book?
Oh, sure. Sure, you can get a book.
See, these are the perks. I'll have a book. You need to get a book. So when we come back, we'll talk about this briefly, but then we'll go into details about Mommy and Daddy Said.
Yes.
So this is another book. I don't think I got pictures out of this one, but it's okay. Mommy and Daddy Said. What are we going to be talking about? What is this about? Mommy and Daddy Said.
Well, Mommy and Daddy Said is a book about showing appreciation to children, showing appreciation to their parents, and parents showing their love to their children.
I like that. You know what's funny is it's unfortunate sometimes you have to lose a parent to truly appreciate who they were. For some, not for everyone, but for me, as I've gotten older, I appreciate my parents more now because obviously I understand the struggles of just being an adult and having to be an adult and deal with bratty children like myself. Like, it's a struggle. So it's like, but when I say, honestly, it's funny because when I say Mommy and Daddy Said, I'd be like, I can see when I was younger, I was like, why do I have to do this? Because I said so. It's never enough. What do you mean you said so? Can I have an explanation? Can you break down all the reasons as to I need to do this? Why do I have to eat okra? Yuck. It's slimy, because I said it's good for you. But no, when we come back, we're going to have you, again, do a little bit of a reading. Not too much. A little bit, like a couple of things from here that Mommy and Daddy said that children have to do. Yep.
Yes.
Anything else to say?
No, it's. I'm looking forward to hearing the reading.
And again, more pictures, more art. Where can we find these? Really quickly before we go, where can we find these books?
Knowledge Bookstore, different book list, Nile Valley Bookstore.
Okay. Yeah. So those are for anyone who knows these those are popular enough. So
yes.
You know where to get these. We'll be back with Mommy and Daddy Said. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Welcome back, everyone, to Here to Help You.
Yes.
I'm here with the Don Dave Rankin and
Alongside
our special guest. Let me see the full name. Karee Shea Walker. Now, I was going to say Shea, but Shea Walker. It's so, like, poetic. Karee. All right, my dear. Let's do Mommy and Daddy Said. So this is one of your other books. Are these the only two books that you have right now?
Right now.
These look like they took a lot of work, though, man. It's a lot to do.
Yeah, it is. It was
awesome.
a lot of work. Yeah, I have more coming though.
Of course you do.
Good.
Yeah.
I would expect I'd bother you until you did. All right, so let's hear something from Mommy and Daddy Said.
Okay. Mommy and Daddy told me when I grow up, I will be healthy and strong. I'll show the pictures.
And you know, we should put up some
Flexing. That's straight.
extra. That's him. By the way, I know the husband in the story. I know the father. I know the daddy. I know who he is.
To get there, they said, you must learn as much as you can while you are having fun. Like learning what makes it a full day besides the moon and sun, and the air I breathe when I sit, stand, walk, jump, and run. Or the words I learn to spell in the books that I have read, or the questions and imagination that spring from my head.
You guys get one more.
Or what makes my belly grumble when I need to be fed. Or even why I get sleepy before I go to bed.
And that's all you get. That's it. So we're gonna talk about some more things, but that's all they get, Mama. No, you can't give people everything. They're not gonna want it. You gotta just give them a taste. And if you want some, you know, yeah. So this is Mommy and Daddy Said. This is Karee's second book.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in this, just the artwork is so vivid. Everything is so strong. I don't know if it's gonna stand up, but okay, you can try a thing. What?
Yeah.
Well, wait, hold on, I have to put the other one. See, I can't just put you right in the middle and all
You
your
see the
orange and blue.
competitiveness come out, right?
All right. There we go. So, you know what? Let's talk about some of the... Okay, so Kareative
Interludes.
Where'd that name come from? Because I'm seeing with you, there's something behind everything. I'm seeing the Karee, which would be...
Yeah.
Okay, I got that part now. How did that come into play? How did that begin to work out for you guys?
Well, Kareative Interlude was a name I thought of a long time ago, before, probably when I came out of high school. So I've just always been a creative person. I love to create things. I love to do try all different types of art, and so I just see Kareative Interlude as something where it's the inspiration that you get from life as you go through life, and you see certain things and it inspires you to do something creative, which helps to uplift you and help you to understand yourself more, and also understand your surroundings,
Right.
So that's ultimately where I got name Kareative Interlude from.
Okay, so this is something that you've been doing for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And Dave, again, you've got to jump in and say something.
I will.
Please.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I
will.
will. I never, because sometimes people watch the show, they're like, does your co-host talk?
Uh-huh.
He does.
I
You
do.
guys just don't hear him.
No.
But he talks and you guys aren't watching. But no, so is this, you and your husband do this together?
Yes.
Let's talk about the difficulties of running a business with your husband. If there's the great things that come from it,
Yeah.
running it with a partner. But how does that work sometimes with raising children and the other demands of life?
Yes. Well, it can be a challenge, definitely, just like everything in life. He's the more outgoing one, the more like go out there and here and there and everywhere. And I'm more creative, internal kind of person. I'm more analyzing things and, yeah. So we help to balance each other out. So basically, wherever he falls short, I put my expertise in there, and then vice versa, and just allowing each other to have our own space to do our thing. So if we agree, like, this is what you're going to do and this is what I'm going to do, we stick to that, and we don't get into each other's mix, because that can
cause some.
Yes.
That is it's a very true thing. It's almost like micromanaging sometimes if you're not careful, right?
Yeah.
If you don't, because people never do it the way you want them to, though. That's the problem. When you want, I'm seeing an agreement back here where it's like, okay, you're doing it, but it's like, I could do it better. I feel you, my brother. I feel you, King. I feel you.
Yes.
But you have to just let go of the control.
That's exactly what it comes down to, right?
Yeah.
If you trust, right, and that's what it comes down to, right? It's ultimate trust, right?
Yeah.
And let go of those reins, let them go and handle it, and by means after the finished product, if there's some adjustments that could be made, you can suggest them at that point.
Yes, definitely. That's how
you guys.
That's
how you guys work.
yeah.
So I would love to have had your husband come in and like speak, but see, it's weird because he's the outgoing person and he's hiding behind the scenes right now. and you're out.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the practice in there,
No, because
so
you are going to be doing some wonderful things. So have you planned like any readings? Have you been able to hook up with anybody to do things like that here?
Actually, this summer we've partnered with Cultural Hotspot.
Okay.
To do some literacy programming
Wonderful.
for youth and children, and where they can learn the process of writing their own stories, from brainstorming to putting the images with it, and just going through that whole process. And ultimately, in the end, they get to write their own books and publish it, get it published and everything. So that's what we're working on for the summer.
We should hook up with Sheena.
That'd be
Have you
wonderful.
heard of
Sheena Blake.
Yes.
Yes.
So discovering diversity, I guess I don't need to say anything else. But you know who this is. But it's great to, like, as I begin to learn more about the community here in Toronto, because I was away for so long. So I'm starting to just realize how small and close-knit our community is.
It's true.
try to be so mindful of your actions, honestly. Careful what you say and who you say it to. But no, I'm very happy to see that you are doing this, because we do need more. I need more stuff in my library, because I work in so many. All my students are, most of them are from Africa. And I mean straight from Africa, not born in Canada. Some of them are born there, raised there, come here, and it's like there's that culture clash too that happens for them. You know, where it's just like, what? This has nothing to do with who I am and what I've learned, and it's. I go to the library and I find some stuff, but it's like, how do we get your book in a library? That'd be cool. How do we get this into a library?
Yes.
Have you looked into that process?
Oh, yes. My husband, he is always very diligent on finding inroads everywhere, you know, so he's on top of that.
I said he found an inroad on it to my TCN TV. And you know what I appreciate, though, is he didn't pull rank, because he could have just been like, Simone, what up?
It's me.
He could have used the Windsor alumni thing, like, Simone guy. He didn't even use it. I have no idea who it was until I got here. So that's cool, though. Very humble.
Yeah.
You know, very, very humble in his approach, and I appreciated it. Right when I saw it, I was like, all right, let me see what this is about. So I'm happy, though, that he was able to bring you on and introduce you to us and to the My TCN TV. So if people want to find you, tell them all your handles where they can find you.
Okay, so you can reach us by email. We have email info@kareativeinterlude.ca. That's KAREATIVE interlude. And also I have a website, www.kareativeinterlude.ca, and phone number 416-724-1328.
All right. So we know where to find you. We know how to find the books. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Everybody, get a book. Find a book. And we're going to get this into the library. This will be cool.
Yes.
You guys have a wonderful day. Be safe on the roads if you're still out there, okay?
Peace and love, family.
See you guys soon. Bye.
Take care.